type of person. I've learned to come out my shell a little bit because of the sport in which that I'm in. I have a lot of fans that genuinely respect and like the work that I do. You know, and I'm forever grateful for that. I'm glad that, you know, that I can reach some of these babies. Because at the end of the day, I'm one of the ones that's going to, if I was in a position like a Floyd Mayweather, you're in a position to teach. You're in a position to teach an art that's been lost. Boxing in general have a black eye of being ignorant and not understanding how to conduct business in the proper fashion or in the right fashion. As of now, Floyd Mayweather has done everything that he's supposed to have done in the sport of boxing to reap the benefits of it. You know, he's came across everything that is possible to come across. He knows the ins and outs of the business. He knows how to move about certain situations, how not to do this, how to deal with the international fighting, how to deal with the sponsorships, how to deal with, you know, all the other stuff that goes on. But this is the information that should be passed on. That's what a dynasty is. Information being passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation to help stronger everyone else and help uplift everyone that's doing that. I don't see that from Floyd. He's the same person that this shit threw me for a loop. Some fighter fought, and I think out of this fight he won and brought a Bentley or some shit like that. I don't know what fight it was. But Floyd Mayweather said, now this is once he became a promoter. Floyd Mayweather says, this is crazy. These fighters are making too much money. That shit is fucking crazy to me.
I remember that.
Wow.
Once again, I respect Pretty Boy Floyd as a fighter. Money Mayweather's a bitch. He don't get no respect from me. That's crazy.
No,
how could you say something like that?
to the choir because he's definitely.
How could you say something like that, man? That doesn't make sense. That's some selfish shit to say, man. That's crazy. Now the same people, some of these people probably got in the sport of boxing because of him.
I agree.
Some of these younger generation of fighters, these amateur fighters that's fighting right now, even some of the professional fighters that's fighting right now, probably got into boxing because of Floyd Mayweather. The same Floyd Mayweather that they looked up to because he's flashing all his jewelry and all his cars and this. I want to be like him, but never once is he's going to say, you know what, let me show y'all the real way to go about this shit. Let me show you the right way to go about it. So when you done with the sport of boxing, you'll be able to reap the benefits of everything that you put into it. I don't see that with him. This is the same Floyd Mayweather that what's the guy? Gervonta Tank Davis. When Floyd fought Conor McGregor, check this shit out. When Floyd fought Conor McGregor, Gervonta Tank Davis was the co-main event for that fight. Do you recall that?
Yeah, I was there.
The card itself grossed over $1 billion. The card itself grossed over $1 billion. His star pupil, Gervonta Tank Davis, didn't even make $1 million on that night.
It was 800,000.
Man, like 600,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy
They
to me.
showed the person before the fight.
That doesn't make no sense to me. Some shit just they don't add up. I mean, 1 + 1 is supposed to equal 2. This shit's saying 9 and 12 and some more shit. Something ain't right. You got to make something add up to me, man.
No, that's.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm clout chasing because I want Tank. I'm clout chasing because I want to fight
You're a world
Leo
champion.
Santa Cruz.
You're a world champion.
That shit is
Olympian.
crazy. I don't recall Tank being a motherfucking Olympian. Shorty, when Tank was fighting in the amateurs, there was no one else for him to look up to but me because in our area, I was the only one that was doing anything.
Yeah.
I was the only Olympian in our area, period. Not the Petersons, not none of that. Now that's no.
No, you just
shot.
tell what you did.
That's no shot at the Petersons and nothing like that and burying them because we all came up together. We all came up together. You know what I'm saying? We all came up together. You know, but at that particular time, in that particular era, I was the only real dog that was consistent all the way through. From the amateurs, now this is no shot at none of the fighters. You know what I'm saying? None of the fighters. From Keith Thurman to Daniel Jacobs to Sean Porter to whoever else is fighting right now that's competing. We all came up together from we
08.
fight from not just before 08.
No, I'm just saying, but that's the 08 class.
Yeah, that's the 08 class, but even before that, you know, the Junior Olympics. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about babies from we like 14 years old. You can ask any of them. I was always the number 1 seed, period. From the Junior Olympics to the motherfucking U.S. Championships, to the Golden Gloves, to the Pals, to the I won every tournament that there was to win. Every tournament there was to win. Now, these guys that I mentioned, they was always good, but they always flip-flop. It was always one time he was the number 1. This guy may have been the number 2 this year. This time it could have been this guy. Next time, I was always that dog. This shit never changed. Till this day, I'm still that dog. Don't never change, you know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy to me.
You were the most likely to win the gold out of the 2008.
I was the most likely to win. In the 2005 games, I beat the previous silver medalist, and I was 16 at the time. I was 16 and I beat the silver medalist that competed in the previous Olympic Games. Beat him, I got the bronze medal in 2005. I won the Golden Gloves, the U.S. Championships, and got the bronze medal in the World Games in the same year. And it took for me to get sick not to be able to compete. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. And I never had a dream or goal to become a world champion until I didn't compete in the Olympics. All these other guys, they probably wanted to be a world champion. That's probably why they act the way they act and move the way that they move. I'm chill. I'm laid back. I'm calm. You know what I'm saying? This is something it wasn't until I didn't get a chance to compete in the Olympics and I seen all of the love, all of the support, you know, from people that I never knew that even supported me just from all over the world, man, to genuinely support me and watch me all the way through, you know, fighting the U.S. Championships, to compete in the Olympic trials. I lost my first fight in the Olympic trials. I lost my first double elimination. It was only 5 people at the time to do this. To lose their first fight in the Olympic trials and then win 6 straight to come all the way back and then medal. You want to know who those guys were? Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones Jr., Evander Holyfield, me, and my younger brother that made the 2016 Olympic team. That's some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to be mentioned in the same type of class as all these guys that's now supposed to be the best of the best, or at their particular era, they was the best. That speaks volumes. None of these other guys did that.
You know what that brings me when you mention all those names is that it brings to life what Eddie Hearn said.
That's right.
And I hate to give him credit.
That's right.
But it brings to life what he said. They don't want you to be the star.
There's a reason for that. My question is, what's the reason? Is it based upon the fact that when I compete, because I do understand the sport of the concept of business a lot more than these other fighters do? See, a lot of these managers, they can get over on all these other guys. When they do business with me, they gonna come correct. They gonna come correct, because at the end of the day, I do this shit for my babies. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your occupation is, I'm pretty sure you want to make sure that you get your just due from it.
Facts.
You know, and in the sport of boxing nowadays, a lot of these guys, they making good money, but they not getting their just due. They don't really understand the sport of the concept of business. I'm one of the ones that get it a little bit. So maybe that could be the reason why. And not only that, find somebody to beat me. Line their ass up. I don't give a fuck who it is. Any of the other champions that want some smoke, come see me.
It's no use even going that route. Like,
exactly.
Burchell, there's no reason for you to even do
exactly.
that.
Like,
no,
exactly.
In my humble opinion, I'm not being disrespectful to Tevin and Burchell, and I can't think of the other one.
No, I don't. Like I say, it's no disrespect for none of the other guys. You know, like I say, I take my hat off to anyone that participate in the sport of boxing. It's just, it's a different type of animal within itself. the ultimate way to win in the sport of boxing is knock somebody completely unconscious. I love what I do. This is the only occupation that I will have. This is the only occupation that I've ever had. This is the only occupation I will ever have.
Oh,
Besides, I was about to say, besides me being an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? But as far as me actually really going to put some work in, this is something that I love to do.
Sure.
When I'm done fighting, I still be in the gym training, working out, and still spawn too. Because this is just what I love to do. I'm a naturally aggressive type of person. This was the perfect niche for me. This was the perfect niche. Like I say, ask Terrence Crawford about me. Ask Andre Bird about me. Ask Adrian Brown about me. This ain't me just like, and these guys are cool dudes. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Brown, he a cool dude. I know him from the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? Birdo, that's definitely my man. Andre Birdo, that's my man. But if you ever catch him by himself, talk to him. He'll let you know.
He'll let you know. I see him.
That's my man.
I see him often.
That's my man. I like Birdo. Man. But this shit is real, man. I had to give you the exclusive, man.
I appreciate you.
To the fans, man, I apologize, you know, for the profanity that
you really don't mean it.
That I've been, you know what I'm saying? No. You know why? I do mean it. I do mean it based upon the fact that it's not just adults that could be possibly watching this. It could be some amateurs.
Yeah.
It could be some babies that want to participate in the sport specifically just because of me. Just like some of these fighters that's fighting right now probably doing it specifically because of Floyd. You know, so I do mean it, but I do need them to understand that the emotions that I feel is real. And it emerges in all of us. It emerges in all of us at some point in time. So forgive me for my profanity, like I say once again, but I meant every last word that I said. It's just that simple.
I appreciate the time. Again, I want to say thank you for the opportunity. And you personally reaching out to me like, Fred.
Yeah.
Hey, first name basis, Fred, nigga. You gotta do this shit. I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna see you Saturday. I'm gonna drive up Saturday. We've been in communication ever since, man. I humbly say thank you, man, because it's so easy for you to go somewhere else. It's easy.
No, it is, man.
It's easy. It's super easy.
But it's difficult. It's not easy for me to like people. It's not easy for me to like.
But you're the superstar. I'm not. I'm just a media guy.
Nah, I mean, I get it. I get it. But it's not easy for me to like people, even with the media. You know, a lot of guys from the media, they tend to ask a lot of wild, crazy, unnecessary ass questions. And it forces for me to like have to check them on camera. Somebody had the nerve to ask me, well, you and your brothers, you know, y'all all good and all athletes, good athletes, you know, and etc. Who's the alpha? Who's the most athletic?